Hello everyone and welcome to game 2 in a series between Lucifer and Nicker here on, I believe this is Last Refuge 1.3. We are going to be going for a crypt first, followed by a ziggurat. So Lucifer once again opening up with a delayed altar, which means that he will most likely be going for ghouls. Meanwhile, we'll see, of course it's 1-0, it's game 2. Anyways, yeah, we'll see what exactly is going to happen. Yeah, it is 1-0 for Lucifer. Very difficult for me not to, let you guys know what's happening in the game, or try to do any anti-spoilers, as the people generally talk about the game anyways. So let's see what's going to go down here. Nicker is opening up with an Altar of Elders. He does have a Moonwell. He will be getting up an Ancient of War over here at the green creep camp. The 3-3-3 creep camp should be easily taken out. Meanwhile, if you take a look at the crypt and now the Altar of Darkness, which is coming into play, the Altar of Darkness will start training up that Death Knight in just a moment, as we now finally see that Tomb of Relics. Gotta remember, don't run up the stairs and then start casting. You'll be a little bit out of breath for a short while. So it is going to be a Demon Hunter versus a Death Knight, and the Death Knight was actually not as delayed as I had originally thought. We are going to be going into the shop here in just a moment, and we'll see if Lucifer once again tries to go for that Unholy Aura opening. Unholy Aura is a strategy that generally allows your ghoul army to move around much more quickly and freely at the cost of not being able to death coil your units. Looking down over here, we can see that there is an Ancient of War, and there is going to be a little bit of creeping going on. The Acolyte wants to try to steal one of those last hits if possible. Nope, actually just battling it up against an Archer instead. And is he going to be able to do that is the question. So the Acolyte just doing a little bit of a dance back and forth. And you can see now Lucifer trying to come in. Is he going to be able to get that hit in? And no, he is not going to be able to, as this guy is just constantly dancing around. And he is now actually snuck by, trying to hide in between the trees, unable to really do anything about that. We did get mana burned by the Demon Hunter first. And this is one of those situations where I'm not quite sure I like to see a Night Elf player train up that mana burn that quickly. Ring of Protection +2 will easily get picked up there. Additional experience from the Acolyte if you're wondering how a 3-3-3 creep camp almost got a hero to level 2, like I was in just a moment. And now out comes the Death Knight. Death Knight going to use the Rod of Necromancy and perhaps use some skeletons in order to deal some damage back. You can see that the Ancient of War has taken a little bit of damage, and we are going to see the Death Knight simply move straight inside this space over here. Nicely done, but I believe the Ghoul can actually attack this one Wisp. The key question is going to be how much damage can this one Wisp take? And what's the range on the healing on this Moonwell? You can see that the Wisp has taken a lot of damage so far, constantly trying to get healed, but it is losing a lot of the juice from this Moonwell, as we now see the Death Knight still dancing around. No Death Coil coming in on from that Death Knight just quite yet. The Archer may be able to get another mana burn from the Demon Hunter. The Archer just getting off one arrow shot there, as ghouls are still being trained, and we are going into Halls of the Dead. Still really interesting that how Lucifer does set up his base. The buildings of the ziggurats are not really that protective of the Acolytes, and if the Demon Hunter ever tried to use that Staff of Teleportation, Staff of Preservation trick that so many Night Elf players like to use, I'm sure this one opening would just, or this one gold mine would just be destroyed in just a matter of seconds. A graveyard now coming into play, as we now see a sea of ghouls coming across the field. The Death Knight still does not have any experience on him whatsoever, so he will have to really make this attack hurt and deal some damage. Death Knight still wandering around. A Hunter's Hall is being placed down. Hunter's Hall does definitely help, as that glaive, as those glaives do bounce, and as those glaives bounce and deal damage to multiple ghouls, the damage on those units just increase and increase. Demon Hunter does not have it does not have Immolation. I do not believe. He should have Tech Evasion. He does have Boots of Speed, Ring of Protection +2, Gauntlets of Ogre Strength. A little surprised that he actually drop those Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3 first. No, he did not, as we now see a new Skeletal Minion looking to come in and deal a little bit more damage. Archers will be able to take down one of those Skeletal Minions very easily, as we now see the Death Knight looking to back off once more. Where are these ghouls going to go? Going to try to take out a 5-3-3 creep camp. That could be a possibility as there are wisps still all across the map. Where are these ghouls going to go? Lucifer not playing all too well right now. Actually, no, he just got Unholy Aura. Okay, so he did not train. He did not initially train Death Coil, so... And that is the reason why you don't see the Death Coil there. There's another mana burn as the acolytes, or sorry, the ghouls could perhaps try to get a surround onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter may end up losing one of those ghouls. The ghouls able to slip away, and a very nice micro ghoul control there to make sure that that low hit point ghoul still somehow survives. There was a purge onto the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter did get a little bit slowed there. And more attacking still coming in. The Demon Hunter trying to chase after some more ghouls. The ghouls are relatively low on hit points. Is that one ghoul going to be able to get away? Not if he turns around and tries to fight back. Demon Hunter still chasing after a lower hit point ghoul. And oh, a little bit of a juke there. And the Demon Hunter almost gets surrounded. Getting a little bit lucky as now the Panda joining in on the fight. The Panda could try to come in with a Breath of Fire. It does, but it doesn't really do any damage whatsoever as the units are now back on Blight. And as most players know, you do not want to attack Undead player on Blight. That additional health regeneration is something to behold. I believe it's like 1 to 2 a second. Very, very fast. Especially when you add in the additional health regeneration from the Death Knight's Unholy Aura. Death Knight now just continuing to trade blows with the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter, however, in the winning end of that battle, Skeletal Minion will feed more experience to Nicker once more as we are going into a Tree of Eternity. Ancient of Lore going down. Most likely we will have bears. Death Knight now trying to come down the road. Perhaps do a little bit of a pushback. May end up getting mana burn once more. Not quite sure why he doesn't mana burn. Just to make sure that the Death Knight, when it does have enough experience for level 2, doesn't have that much mana for Death Coil. Dryads are being added. The Demon Hunter attempting to run away. We may have a little bit of a trap here. There's the mana burn, but it might get caught up in the trees. Here we go. There's the battle as the Breath of Fire does not catch that many of those units. And now the Demon Hunter is going to get surrounded. Oh no, the Panda created a nice convenient exit for the units as we are going to see perhaps another Breath of Fire. A lower hit point ghoul once again trying to run away. Both sides chasing after lower hit point units, except for archers are a little bit slower. Especially, oh, nice padding coming in from Nicker there to try to prevent any more damage as both heroes chasing after units. An archer has not gone down. Crypt Fiends are now coming in, but all of these heroes are simply too far away, and without a Staff of Preservation to bring one of those units home, the Death Knight now has a serious advantage as now the Demon Hunter tries to come back in. Mana burn on the Lich. Lich taking a little bit of damage there, and there's a Frost Nova on the Demon Hunter sitting at level 2, down to 155 hit points. The Lich down to 148. No Death Coils as of yet. Mana burn, and the Lich may get taken down. It does have a Squirrel Town portal, but does not use it in time, and the Demon Hunter is still in a little bit of trouble. Only a level 1 hero has fallen, though, as we now see the Ogre Magi joining in on the fight, and apparently wanting to bash up on some Death Knights. The problem for this Demon Hunter is he is running straight into his opponent's base, as we now see the Rock Golem coming over as well, trying to do some creeping, unable to do so. And during this time, Lucifer may be able to creep. If it can get to level 2, that would be absolutely huge, as the Dryads now finish off the rest of these skeletal minions. Where is that Demon Hunter? The Demon Hunter did end up being forced to use that Squirrel Town portal to get back home. Lich should already be back up in just a second. There we go. Wait, come on. There you go. Lich is out, and is it stuck? No, it is not stuck amongst the buildings. Death Knight finally at level 2 can finally start using some Death Coils. We see an Obsidian statue out, and with an Obsidian statue, these ghouls will be even harder to take out, as there is going to be some serious healing going on. Back over here, the Demon Hunter, the Panda, the Dryads, and the Archers now pushing their way out. Also, the Ogre Magi over here is going to fall level 2 perhaps on the Panda with just enough experience, or maybe just a little bit shy. Meanwhile, the Ghouls and the Crypt Fiends are now making their way over, and in comes an Undead Tri-Hero combination, getting the Naga Sea Witch as the third hero. This is not something you see very, very regularly. And I am curious as to what exactly the strategy is going to be. A Manual of Health was or is dropped. No, Tome of Knowledge was dropped. +1 to all the stats as the Death Knight now makes its way over. Ancient of Lore is getting glued to the Druid of the Claw mastery training. Bears will be coming in momentarily. Will the Death Knight be able to handle those bears? Crypt Fiends do fall prey to those bears rather quickly. But with the Naga Sea Witch and the Lich, the -5 armor, and now there's going to be a Scroll of Healing in addition to the Obsidian statue, that's going to be plenty of mana to be had. We're seeing the bears now making their way down, trying to creep out this one mercenary camp now. It looks like the rock golem will end up falling, but not before the undead army now runs inside and is now going to separate the night elf from his own base. The demon hunter does not have a Squirrel Town portal, neither does the panda, and that is bad news. Belt of Giant Strength +6, but still we should see a Scroll of Healing come in soon. Otherwise we are going to lose a lot of ghouls, a low hit point ghoul, and now there's a Breath of Fire. Another bear does get taken down. Are we going to see the Scroll of Healing yet? There's a Scroll of Healing, as now the bear or the panda trying to get away. I guess the panda is technically a bear. Panda now trying to get away. The bear is also taking up a lot of damage as well. Both sides just running around with units. Naga Sea Witch, one Dryad is going to get taken out over here. The Naga Sea Witch down to 161 hit points. And what just happened there? The Naga Sea Witch trying to get away, but there is a Breath of Fire taking it down. Level 2 now on the Lich, as the Demon Hunter gets taken down as well. And are we going to perhaps get a Frost Nova on the Panda? The Panda does get surrounded for a little bit. No, does not. Is he going to get surrounded? Yes, he does. He does have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Is he going to use it? Yes, he's going to use it. And the ghouls all separated for just a moment. There is one bear back over here. The bear needs to get taken out. Nope. I was going to say the bear needs to get taken down before the Crypt Fiend gets taken out. There is a Staff of Preservation on, I believe, a bear. But there is still one low hit point bear back over here. More Breath of Fire coming in. Nicker doing a good job just trying to stay in this game, as the Druid of the Claw gets taken out with a Frost Nova. The Destroyer in the air doing a great job still, as another bear may get taken out. And I believe this is going to be the beginning of the end, as the Destroyers in the air and also obsidian statues on the ground really keeping this army alive and alive much longer. We are now reviving of the Demon Hunter finally, but that is a little bit delayed, losing a lot of precious time there. Another bear gonna get taken out, and with the level 3 Death Knight, level 2 Lich, perhaps we are going into the Naga Sea Witch, a level 1 Naga Sea Witch. Undead Tri-Hero. Even though the Naga is technically alive, it cannot get healed by the Death Coil. We'll see how this is going to work, as the ghouls are now making their way in. The Ancient of Lore could get taken out very quickly, but now in comes the battle. The Destroyer does catch sight of this. Is the Panda going to be able to get away? Now may get surrounded with no way of teleporting out. The Panda will fall at level 2, and there's the GG. Nicker losing 2 straight games to Lucifer. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.